what'll be happening is we're going to be planting trees along the Glen Walk in Ennistymon. So that's planting the trees along the Ballymacraven River. And what the aim of that is to do is two main things. One is to get the community together and talk about the benefits of, our ecosystem and what we can do to help, and sort of form a community and form a feeling of togetherness in that. And then the second thing is to help the ecosystem along that river. So increase the biodiversity and sort of bring some more trees back into that area. Now we've got a good few trees along the glen. We're lucky enough with that, but they're not all native. So we've got lots of sycamore, and we've got lots of cherry laurel, which is actually considered a bush. So what we're looking to do is we've removed a lot of that cherry laurel, and now we want to plant in those native trees back into that area. And there's a lovely term that fish live in trees. So fish benefit from these trees because the trees provide shade and they help cool the water, and they provide a root system where the fish can hide and be protective. So it's a lovely phrase that the fish live in trees. So we'll be planting for the fish along the river.
It's a head scratcher when you first hear it, but it makes complete sense, and perhaps it's not something that people would be cognizant of all the time. I'm struck, Kia, by the fact that this is taking place on the 1st of January. Well, of course, there are two events, one on the 1st and one on the 31st, but the planting of a tree, it's often seen as a sign of growth or a start or a new start, and this taking place on the 1st of January. I assume that isn't an accident.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're in the tree planting season at the moment. So trees, when we're planting bare root, which means that there's no soil around the root of the trees, they need to be planted in the winter because it means it's the least disruption for them. So we thought there's no better time than to kick the start of the year off with some tree planting, and maybe dust some cobwebs off anyone's night before.
Wonderful. Okay, not a bad way to kick off the year at all. And I'm thinking that a lot of people will be hearing this, Kia, and they mightn't be aware of the activities of the Restore Ballymacraven River Association. Would this be a good event to go to in order to become accustomed with what the group represents and what it gets up to throughout the year?
Yeah, thanks so much. That's a really good question. So Restore Ballymacraven River Association, I think it's a long name, but it's a great one because it explains exactly what we do. So we're restoring the Ballymacraven River in any way that we can find possible for that. So part of that will be the tree planting, but we also do a lot of water quality testing. We advocate for the river. We do community work. We just did a project with the local secondary school and the local primary schools. So we do a lot of different stuff. That could be river cleanups, or tree planting, or what else are we doing? The removal of the cherry laurel. So there's lots of different stuff. And Restore Ballymacraven River Association came about from a fish kill that occurred a couple of years ago. And it was how that we could bring, as a community, kind of the river back to a stronger ecological status, because we lost so much of the ecosystem from that in that period. And it's coming back. It's improving. So it'll continue to do so, especially with days like this when we get out and just give it that little bit of a boost.
And obviously a terrible event that happened in 2023 in May, I believe it was, when that fish kill took place. In a way, very positive now that has brought about an increased awareness and a increased level of vigilance and activism around the restoration of the river that perhaps wasn't as potent prior to it.
Yeah, you phrase that so nicely. Exactly. It's kind of when we are put under that pressure or under, upsetting situations like that, really lovely things come from it, and Restore Ballymacraven River Association is one of those.
And just finally, Kia, the Restore Ballymacraven River Association, if people want to find out more about it, if, as I say, they want to get more involved or want to just know what's happening throughout the calendar, how can they do so?
Yeah, so we have our Facebook page, we have an Instagram, a LinkedIn, and then also our website where we put up regular blog posts. And we've got some really exciting stuff coming up in the new year. We've got a Spring River series of events. We've got a camera or a photography photo competition coming up and a few other things. So if you want to find us, you can just look up Restore Ballymacraven River Association and put that in your Google search, or look us up on the social media platforms that you might be on.
Okay,
and
fantastic.
we put up regular stuff up there about what we've been doing and then what events are coming up for the public.